This is Family Matters on Ray Power 100.5 FM. And like I said, this evening we'll be talking about building character for a successful, I would add, long term career as a woman. And our guest on the show today is Ambassador Esther Ikoholo. She is the National Director, please forgive me if I said it wrong. She's the National Director of External Affairs and Diaspora Matters at Nigerian Students and Youth Association, where she drives youth engagement and diaspora connections. She's also a travel consultant, culture enthusiast, and convener of Bloom Sisters Entrepreneurship Center, where she empowers women through entrepreneurship. And she also has a YouTube channel focused on travel and tourism, and she shares her adventures, insights, and inspires others to explore. Good evening, Esther. Thank you for being on the show with us.
Hi, darling. Good evening. Good to
All
be here.
right. So we're going to head straight into the conversation. Like I said, we're talking about building character for success in career as a woman, as a young woman, whatever category you find yourself. And might I say, I think the men can also listen and learn a thing or two.
Yeah.
So my first question would be, in your own opinion, what would you define success or a successful career as?
I like how you're starting big.
Okay.
Okay, in my own opinion, I'll say success is, to me, it's where purpose meets impact.
Okay.
So it's not just about the title. It's not about being called ambassador, doctor, engineer. It's not even about totally. I know some people might want to argue this with me, but success is not 100% about the money you bring into your life. So success is more about growth.
Yeah.
It's about influence. It's about doing things that helps others while you are also trying to fulfill your own accomplishments.
Yeah.
This is what to me is a successful career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So thank you, because we say success is relative.
Yes.
So to some people, it might be having all the billions,
Mhm.
or until you attain CEO. That's what you
Mhm.
do individually. My next question would be, how can personal values, how can our traits, our characters affect long-term success in career?
I don't think you can truly achieve success without having character.
Yeah.
Because character, like you said in the first question you asked, is also relative.
Yeah.
As women, there is this thing that is called pretty privilege.
Okay.
That's not character. But let's not lie, it helps.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
It helps. But then again, it is not the basics for building character.
Yeah.
Even your skills,
Mm.
you have to be competent.
Yeah.
But you see, that is not all.
Yeah.
There are several other components that helps to build character.
Yeah.
And these things are what, in the long run, will keep you in places where other components has brought you to.
Yeah.
I'm talking about your integrity,
Yeah.
your resilient spirit, emotional intelligence, and true compassion. That is one thing that I hear people say, if you want to really make it big, you have to kill your innocence and do the grind. I don't believe in that. I feel like compassion is one part of human that even helps you achieve greater heights. So these are the things we should always put in check, especially as a woman. We are naturally nurturers.
Yes.
So in the quest for building a career and becoming successful, never forget that you are supposed to be that soft landing, both for the men in the society, the children in the society, and to our fellow women. I would rather come and speak to you about something that is very private, because I know you will understand it from my perspective. You will most likely be facing the same thing, for crying out loud. I won't go and speak to a man about maybe a cramp or one bad menstrual pain I had. He can't relate. So yeah, that's it for me. Character is a component of every single attribute that makes you up. So it is very imperative that as women, we intentionally, not just because people say it's good, You have to sit on your own and decide that this is who I want to be. And to be this person, these are the characters that I must actually play, you know. Some people might say, oh, some people are born to be nice, some people are just born wicked. Look, whoever you want to be, make sure you are authentic. That's just the truth of the matter. Yeah, that's it.
So I agree with you. If we actually want to be in this thing for the long term, we have to begin to take advantage of what makes us unique as women.
Exactly.
So I think that will lead me now to my next question.
Okay.
There are lots of stereotypes
Okay.
around women in career, leadership, and some of the stereotypes I can list. You say, oh, she's too mean. You say women are mean bosses. Or you say, oh, their hormones regulate how they act during work. So how can we as women navigate these things in such a way that we assert ourselves confidently even in the workplace?
Okay, so first off, I think that's just it's just a notion that people say. There are times when I'm on my period and I still have to give a presentation.
Exactly.
Doesn't stop anything. Even if my stomach is cramping, you know. One thing I love about being a woman is we are resilient naturally. We don't need to force it. So in the office space, or let me use the corporate world, the notion that women boss are more mean. Look, if you're a mean person, you're a mean person.
Okay.
It's not about if you're a man or a woman. It's just that some people, because of what they've been through, they tend to not want to be taken advantage of.
Or taken for granted.
Yes. So because they don't want to be taken for granted, they put on this very bossy, strict. My dear, it's not a woman thing. It's a human thing. Even men themselves act like that. So a woman boss doesn't necessarily have to be mean. So I won't take it that it's a woman that is always mean. It's a human thing.
Okay, so I think this one we're going to go more, let's say, personal. As someone who is in career, I'm sure you've dealt with challenges, failures, setbacks. I would even say challenges are, let's say, they're a part of life. So whether you're a woman in career, in whatever field you are, you encounter certain challenges. So have you dealt with certain challenges as a young woman in the workplace, and have you handled setbacks?
Is it okay if I share some little personal?
Of course you can.
Okay. Let me start with this. I think I failed more than I've succeeded.
Okay.
But the good thing about success is one success can cancel out 200 failures.
Word. Let's write that down somewhere.
So that's the good thing about success. You know, when you win at one thing, people don't see all the times you've been failing anymore. Now all they see is this, oh, she's doing so well. She's all put together. She's ambassador. They don't see the times when I was busy writing for scholarships, doing things, and, you know, getting so many no's. So when they see one big yes, they just want to, you know. So for me personally, failure is it's a remark. Let me use that word. It's a feedback. Let me not lie. I have different ways I deal with failure. The way I deal with failure in business or in my career is not how I deal with failure in my personal life, maybe my relationship or my family. There are different emotions, you know. In business, I don't know why, I tend to feel, but I won't shed tears. If it's family, relationship, I will cry before I'll think of how to come out of it. But in business, because there is this stereotype that you're a woman, some people want to take advantage and look for your mumu button and use it anyhow. So I tend to be more alert. So when failure comes in business, first I tend to ask myself, is this my fault? Or is this coming from the other person or the other organization or whatever it is? Now, if it is my fault, and trust me, I don't just think, I get a pen, I have a book where I write. Like when I'm having so much emotions and it's so exasperating, I like to write. Writing is one of my best way of letting out emotions because I'm not so social. I'm only social because as a business person you cannot be calm. You
Mm.
cannot be an introvert if you're a
Okay.
business person. If
Okay.
not, I prefer being on my own.
Yeah.
And because I know this, I tend to write more.
Mm.
And when I'm okay, I might be
Mm.
very pissed and write rubbish.
Mm.
But when I'm okay, I go back and write it and rewrite it again.
Mm.
So one way I used to take in failure is
Yeah.
I write it out, I evaluate it,
Mm.
and try to look for how I could have possibly done it better.
Okay.
So if it's something I can still salvage,
Mm.
I'll try my best to do it. If it means going back and speaking to somebody, maybe I didn't do it well, yeah.
Yeah.
Because there are some times where even feminine ego, it's not only men that have ego. It's not only men that have ego.
Yeah.
We also have ego.
Yeah.
I need to tell myself if this is just a feminine ego playing, So if I realize what it is, I go back. If it's something I can fix, I try to fix. If it's something I can't fix, I've learned from it and I've moved ahead. You get?
Yeah.
And then I read.
Okay.
So based on what that thing is, I try to get a book for it. So in my house, one of my like my prized possessions are my book.
Mm.
Like you can't borrow my book. I can give you anything, but instead those books, don't go there.
Mm.
Because these are the things that help me go through all these rough patch in my life,
Yeah.
So for instance, let me give an example. I had one issue and it was with a superior.
Yeah.
So I couldn't, express it the way I should.
Mm.
But I felt it was wrong.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be the one to be blamed for this thing.
Yeah.
So why should I just let it go?
Mm.
So a part of me was like, speak out, don't speak out, no, it will happen again. Then I just went to this book by Robert Greene,
Okay.
48 Laws of Power, And it was as if it was revelation. The first law
Yeah.
that was, I have the book and I have the summary of it.
Yeah.
So the first law in it just spoke exactly to what I was going through,
Mm.
and I was able to sort that out.
Yeah.
So yeah, in summary, I don't want to talk too much. Please try to do self-reflection
Yeah.
when failure is inevitable.
Mm.
In fact, if you've not failed, it means you're mediocre.
Yeah.
So failure is inevitable, but when you fail, it's what you do when you fail that matters. So try to reflect, try to write. You find out what works for you. What works for me is I write. Yours can be listen to music or whatever, but what
So
works
just
for me
gaining
is write.
clarity.
Yes.
Yeah.
So gain clarity on what works for you and do it.
Mm.
Yeah, that's it for me.
All right. So for me, I also had mentorship. You can ask for help.
Yes.
You can go to a book. You can
Yes.
review.
Yes.
So that's a way to navigate failure. Thank you so much, Esther. I think for the sake of time, we'll have to round up. But my last question would be about personal branding.
Okay.
Right? Now career ladies are more than just the organization you work for. It's more than your corporate wear. You have to stand out. You now have to show that this is the kind of person I am. So for the young lady listening who is climbing the career ladder, for someone who's already there, how do you think we can begin to, put out our personal brand, or like just build a strong personal brand as a woman in career?
Okay. So as a woman in career, my personal advice, don't think of the big, strong brand yet.
Yeah.
Think of the little thing you can start with right now. Think of how you can, to me, career is more of what you can give, what your value.
Yeah.
So whatever you can give value, no matter how little it is, do it now. Don't wait for it to be fully established.
Yeah.
And then attention is the mother of the day right now. You must look for attention.
Okay, how?
Now, this thing we are doing now is not attention.
Okay.
I'm not trying to say you should go out of your character. No way. No way. You can never build something lasting when you go out of character.
When it's not you.
When it's not you. You have to be authentic. So, but when I say attention, I'm talking about be online.
Yeah.
Have a YouTube channel. Teach something. Sell something. Do something. Give something. These are what I'm talking about. You have to give and you have to sell. And the best way to get the attention to give and sell is when you are out there. So if it's your Instagram, your TikTok, your YouTube, depending on who you are and what you want to express and how you want the world to see you. Because each of these social media platforms, they are not for the same people. So look for the one that best fits what you do and who you are, and be there, consistently be there. And trying to do something one way or the other to also give back. So that's it for me.
All right, thank you so much, Esther. It has been quite an enriching conversation with you. Short but powerful.
Thank you.
So thank you so much, and we hope to have you again soon.
Sure.
That's all we have time for on the show this evening. And I think from everything we've talked about this evening, I'll just like to say that career growth, building anything that lasts long, is more intention. So you have to put in the work. You have to be intentional. Like how we rounded up with personal branding, put yourself out there, find what suits you, find clarity, and always, introspect when there's a setback or failure. Indeed, that's all we can take this evening. And thank you so much, guys.
It's okay.
As usual, we bring you more value. My name is Idi Machi, and keep listening to Ray Power 100.5 FM. Good evening.